All right, welcome back, everybody. Another question, another answer. This is personal preference. This is probably going to be a little unpopular, but as time has progressed, I have moved away from the idea of the Bobtail 1911. So I know it was a real hot thing, I don't know, 15 years ago maybe. And I've had plenty of Bobtailed 1911s. You'll notice this one is not bobtailed. And actually, here's another one I've got that's not bobtailed. Actually, of all the 1911s I own, I do not own any bobtailed guns. Not that I would be opposed to buying something if it was a good buy, but it's not really something for me. So I found with some experience and some time behind bobtail guns, there were some negatives, at least for me, that I decided it wasn't really worth it. The first thing is, on a Bobtail 1911, when they cut the backs off these guns, I'm losing, because of the size of my hands, I'm losing a fair amount of a leverage contact space back there, in the grip of the gun. So for me, I noticed on these guns, whether it was a Commander or a full-size gun, that a Bobtail, a gun would tend to twist more. It would twist more in my hands, and I just, for follow-up shots, shot after shot after shot, if you're really trying, at least for me, again, this is my personal tastes, for me, splits and shot after shot after shot, I started noticing Bobtail 1911, it wasn't really my bag. So the other thing is, if you decide you want to add a magwell to a gun, at least as far as I know, it could have changed because I don't pay attention to bobtails anymore, but you can't add a magwell to a bobtail gun. And, sometimes maybe you want to, race it on Sunday and drive it on Monday. And, whether you want a magwell or not magwell or low profile magwell or all these different options, a bobtail I found, kind of limited me on that option to do that. Now, if you don't have a magwell, and again, this is just me, but what I found, a 1911, sometimes, I'm not perfect, and I'm sure everybody out there on the internet's perfect, but there's been plenty of reloads. When I've come in to reload this gun, I may make a mistake. I know no one out there ever makes mistakes, but I make mistakes. And if I miss the magwell, and maybe I hit it short or I hit it shallow, a regular mainspring housing on a 1911 gives me a little bit of, sloppiness or leeway to clean up my mistake. All you guys out there that are perfect, you just drop them in every time. But I noticed if I miss it, if I come in and I miss it, I could slide up into it and, still save the reload time. On a bobtail gun, if I screwed it up, it was a train wreck. It was a hard stop, and I was like, oh shit, that kind of sucks. I'm not a big fan of that. And then finally, for me, as far as concealability, the argument that a Bobtail 1911 is more concealable, I guess. I mean, I carried all steel, full size, 5-inch 1911 for work, 8 to 16 hours a day, mostly concealed. And the bobtail thing, as far as it not printing that much, I wasn't really seeing it. I mean, you could create a scenario where you're basically, bending over like some kind of booty chick, and supposedly it doesn't print as much, but you still see the whole back of the gun sticking through your shirt. But then when AIWB really kind of hit the scene and that became more popular, I'm in my gym clothes, so I'm not carrying a gun right now. It's actually over there off screen. But, bobtails for AIWB, as far as more concealable, at least in my rationale, made no difference. I mean, it was a waste. So that's my summation as to why I generally don't like bobtails. And if you put two 1911s in front of me and gave me the option which one I would take, all things being equal, same price, or maybe you're giving me one for free, I'm going to take a regular full-size grip, as opposed to a bobtail. And that, again, might be a little bit more reflection of my hand size than, what works for you is totally fine. I'm not saying I'm right and you're wrong, but people want to know my opinion and why they've never seen a bobtail around here. But I am going to give you an opinion that I think you might be smart to heed. if the bobtail goes away, or if the bobtail goes out of vogue, I've noticed that I'm seeing more, I used to see more 5-inch 1911s with bobtails on them, and I'm just like, I think that is a huge mistake. If you find one and it's a 5-inch gun with a bobtail on it and that's the way it came from the factory, that's the way it came from the factory. But I think as far as value of that gun, you know, for resellability or desirability or collectability, you know, whichever way you want to handle that, I think a bobtailed 5-inch 1911 is, I think it's a mistake. I think it's going to be something you're going to regret doing. And, you know, I think that's the worst of both worlds. So, I mean, if you're going to carry a full-size gun, carry the full-size grip, because that's where you get the payoff. So, you asked, I answered. There you go. If you want to see more content like this or have any questions about, you know, Bobtailed 1911s, go to our website, John1911.com. That's JOHN1911.com. Remember, it's all about shooting guns and having fun. Everybody, have a good day. Oh, I'm going to get hammered on this one.